Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome to a brand new video. I am so happy to be back filming. I feel like I say this every video, but I genuinely am. Like last night, I was so excited to turn on my camera and speak to you guys. I genuinely miss it so much, and I just don't really like filming videos if I feel like I'm just filming it for the sake of it. I want to only film super authentically. So I've literally not filmed a video since Paris, which was such a dream trip, and since then I have been doing lots of chilling, lots of preparing. I've been really getting my life together basically, and it already was before, but now just as I thought I couldn't get any more together, it is. So today you are joining me as I am getting ready because I'm going to a wedding today. Not my own, we're not there yet. And yeah, I just thought I would sit and do my makeup, chat to you guys and just fill you in on my life. I feel like I have so much to catch you up on, like genuinely so much to catch you up on. And I just want to sit here, chat, give you loads of life updates. I feel like I've learned so much actually the past couple months, and I've just been really doing my thing and it's been great. So make yourself comfy. I have got a nice little fruit platter. I've got some green tea. I never ever eat this early, and it actually kind of feels really not right eating. It's currently 9:10 a.m. so yeah, it really feels weird, but we're being picked up at 12 p.m. and if I don't eat now I probably won't eat till like 4, which is, I can do that on like a normal day, but I think because it's going to be a really social day for me, I'm gonna need something to like keep me going. It's just good to have a bit of protein in me, because I've also got a little bit of chicken, which I know is so weird to eat at this early in the morning, but I have completely switched my mindset of food and I completely just eat for like nutrients now. So sometimes it will look really weird if I'm just eating, like for example it's 9 a.m, I'm having a piece of vegan chicken and fruit, but tell me where the nutrients is in a croissant other than food for the soul. Because that croissant that I had, if you watch my Paris vlog, I can confirm that vanilla donut croissant changed my life, and I have not stopped thinking about it. I've also not worn, so basically with my makeup today, like I need my hair, my makeup, my skin, my body, my everything to be intact from right now 9 a.m. well, I started getting ready at 8, so 8 a.m. until, by the way I'm not naked, I'm in like a full-on Skims jumpsuit, unitard. Also, I've literally not done my makeup since Paris, so if I've forgotten how to do it, this is not going to be good. I prepped my skin with the Kosas Dream Beam and also like the rest of my skincare. It's so satisfying when I do that. I don't know whether I'm gonna need some darkening drops or if I'll be okay. But yeah, it's gonna be so nice today to just spend the day with the family. I cannot remember the last time we all got together and like actually dressed up. I think because I add a contour shaping stick and then bronzer, it will end up matching to this colour. I feel like if I add my darkening drops, it will change the tone completely because this is a warm tone. My skin is actually, my skin thrives in the sun. I'm so excited to live in the sun. I am just not meant for UK weather. Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about something that I did not think would be happening, which seems to be a common theme actually of this video, because all of the things I'm about to speak about, if I heard myself saying this a month or two ago, I would be like, what the hell is she talking about? And I feel like to most of you this isn't going to come as a shock, but honestly, if you know how much I was struggling, you will just be like, what? the actual hell. I have passed year 2 of my course at LCF and I have officially enrolled into year 3. The reason I cannot believe I'm saying this out loud is because for a very, very, very long time I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore and I wanted to go and do my own thing. I was so done with it. I felt like it wasn't serving me a purpose anymore, and I just thought, do you know what, I've learned everything I need to. The last 2 units that I'm going to be yet to learn in year 3, I can just figure out myself, and the whole reason I'm here is for my brand Aura. So why am I staying here for another year if I'm not going to be learning anything else? Like, I never went to university to get a degree. I went there to learn more because I wanted to learn fashion at the highest level, so that anything else that I needed to learn was from books, experience and mentors. So I was like, right, let's go learn at London College of Fashion. I didn't even know this when I applied. I've probably told this story before, but it's the best fashion business school in the world. And I honestly just would have been so silly to not take the opportunity, and if it wasn't for my amazing teacher that I had at FRA, I would never have even considered it, because the thought of uni literally just made me repulsed. Like, university was just never something I ever wanted to do. It just never appealed to me. So I was like, there's just absolutely no way that I'm putting myself through that. But I didn't realise that you could do it in your own way, and yeah, I had passed year 2. The main reason I thought that I wouldn't pass year 2 was because I was getting a ridiculous amount of complaints and emails about my attendance, and I was basically asked to go into this like formal meeting about my attendance, which is pretty much the one where they give you like a final warning, and I basically replied to the email saying there is absolutely no reason as to why you should have given me this email, I'm not coming. So I kind of in my mind thought, they're just going to kick me off, they're not even going to give me a chance. The fact that I've not even shown up to get this like final chance just shows that I technically don't deserve to go into final year. I just didn't think for 1 second they were going to put me through, and I am in to year 3. I am so excited to just be working for this final year, because from end of September, like very, very, very end of September, basically October, through to November, I have 2 more units at the same time. Then from December right the way through to when I graduate, I'm working on my F&P. My F&P being Aura being the F&P that I did at FRA. I already have my business proposal, I already have my plans. I've been working on this project every single week since I was 16. I'm now nearly turning 21. So that's 5 years of my life that I've been working on this brand. Some brands launch after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 20 years. I am in a really good place, so the fact that I get to just focus solely on Aura with the help and all of the other advice that I'm going to get from LCF is just so exciting that I can finally just focus on myself. And I know that sounds weird because the whole point of me being there was to focus on myself anyway, for my studies, for my career. But you're not really focusing on yourself when you're working on business proposals and concepts and designs for other brands that you have to do, which I get is great experience, and it really is important to be able to work, whether you're in marketing, design, anything. You need to know how to create for a certain audience, for a certain brand, not for personal taste. The amount of times I've heard buyers say, I have bought some ugly things, I've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on stock, which I don't think is nice, but I bought it for the brand because I knew it was going to work, and it did. So it's just so important to be able to do that. So it's great to have that experience, but I truly am just so excited to work on my own brand now and just fully focus on that. Like, it's so exciting to me because I just really have been waiting for this moment for, well, ever since I was 17 I've been waiting for this moment, so it feels so good to be here. And I just felt so much lighter when I left year 2. Like, when I left that building and I walked out, I just knew that when I was going to be walking back in, if I made it back in, then I would just be in a much better place. So that is like the first amazing thing that's happened. I just feel so grateful that I am graduating. I need to message my teacher that because when I had this like full-on breakdown, my old teacher from my old school met me and just basically told me to keep going, like you don't want to regret it, you've got 1 more year left. And I was like, I just don't have 1 day left in me, let alone a year. And she's gonna be so happy that I stuck with it. And I think what actually made me decide to stay and try and push through, actually I know exactly what moment it was. I had this teacher in one of my units, and she was a lot younger, and she specialised in fashion law, and she was saying that she was assisting a student in the legal part of their marketing agency. And I just basically thought to myself, if I don't graduate from this school, I'm not going to get any graduate support, I'm not going to get any of this. Why would I, and if I don't want to take it, that's fine, but why would I shut that door on me when I could get it? It would just be so stupid for me to not do it. So I kind of had to do it for my future self. And it was one of those moments where I was like, okay, I'm really not happy in this moment, but I'm going to benefit from it further down the line, so I just need to get on with it. And once I had that mindset in me, I thought it became so much easier. And I feel like when you're really in tune with the universe, it always rewards you back, and it always meets you halfway. So once I started actually trying and putting in my energy, I felt like things started to get a lot more easier anyway. And those were the types of things that weren't in my control as well, like the types of people in my group, or even just anything down to like the trains, the commute, anything. Just everything seemed to start going a lot smoother. So that is a really good thing in my life. And yeah, I'm just so excited for like this next stage. Also, I know I'm probably going to annoy like a lot of people right now when I say this. In my mind, it is autumn. I'm so excited for autumn winter. That is when I truly come alive. Autumn winter is just my season, and I'm so ready for it. I'm honestly, like, summer for me has actually been really transformational. It's been a lot better than I thought it would be, and I have been doing it's been a summer not of like going out holidaying, partying. I was having this whole conversation with my auntie the other day. Like, I remember I was 18 and I was sat, and most 18-year-olds in the UK, or whatever legal age you need to be to drink, they turn that age, and then that summer they go wild. They can get into clubs, they can get into parties, beach clubs, they do it all. And I remember I was sat on my laptop looking at people's Instagram stories, seeing all these people out having fun, doing what they're meant to do. And we just graduated from like college, so it was like, those were the vibes. And I was sat there learning a money management course, which is like the type of course that people take when they've just come into a lot of money, like millions and billions. So whether that's because they've started earning money from their own business, or whether they won the lottery, that's the type of course they would take to learn how to like maintain their money. And I just remember being sat here thinking, what other 18-year-old is sat doing this right now? I'm actually not normal. Like, why am I not just out having fun, partying? But I feel like I'm genuinely working so hard in my life right now so that I can have so much more fun in my later years. And then my other part of my brain is like, but these are your years, like, you're young, go out and explore and enjoy it and take it all in before it's too late, before you can't get into these places because you're old. But I do think things will start happening a lot sooner than I anticipate in my life, so that I can go out and have the fun. Because something about me is I literally cannot like enjoy myself at like a party, for example, if I'm not happy in my life. Like, if I've been working towards something and I'm not there yet, or if something's going on in my life and I'm just, you know, really not happy about it and I want my life situation to change, I can't go out and laugh and dance and have fun. All I want to do is like work on that thing, because I just get so locked in. And I already am thanking myself for the work that I've been putting in, and I feel like things are really starting to happen for me already, and I just know that far into the future, I'm not going to be sat there, even at the age of like 25, I'm not going to be sat there going, right, where should I start? I'm going to be sat there thanking myself for working so hard at such a young age. And I don't feel like I'm missing out. Yes, I could be a bit more social. Yes, I could do a bit more than I'm doing. But at the same time, I'm happy, and that is actually all that matters. I'm so happy in myself. I'm so happy in my own company. I had this realisation the other day. I've had lots of realisations recently. I actually feel more lonely when I'm around more people. I feel way more in tune and close to myself when I'm on my own. I don't feel lonely when I'm on my own. The only times I'll actually feel lonely is when I'm around other people. And I was just thinking, like, why is that? And I genuinely think it's because the more people that you're around, the more distractions that you have. It's objects, it's noises, it's people, it's things. When you're around that, you're distracted from your own thoughts, from how you're feeling, and I think that's why you can feel more lonely when you're around people. But I think it's different for everyone, because I'm sure if I said that to like someone that's the complete opposite to me, they'd be like, no, what do you mean? Like, I hate being on my own. But I truly do think it doesn't matter what type of personality you have. If you don't like being on your own, it's just because you have some self-work to do. Because you should genuinely love your own company. And I really am my own best friend, and I definitely fell out of touch with myself a bit for like, I would say 2 years. And I didn't realise until I was reflecting through my journal entries. And I was journaling up until like summer. It was that summer when I was working on like money management. I was reflecting and journaling up until that summer, which was what, 23 or 22? Summer 23. And then it just stopped. And I stopped meditating, and I just stopped doing everything that I was doing. And yes, I'm in a better place than I was when I was at that point, but in terms of my spirituality, I genuinely was so much more in tune with myself. Like, even in 2020, 2021, this was in the lockdown days, so naturally I would have been more in tune because I had so much more time to meditate and stuff. And I remember, like, in lockdown I was doing so much meditation, and then I started going to London, my life got really busy, and then I just physically couldn't meditate anymore because it's just so much harder to meditate when you have so much more going on in your life. And that kind of all just leads back to the quote. What even is the quote? It's like, I'm not even going to say the word on here, but the D word. The red D word that we don't like. When he's trying to get to you, he will try and keep you as busy as possible. And that honestly makes so much sense. Like, the busier you are, the more you're consuming, the more you're listening to, the more people you're around, the more you're eating, like, the less connected to yourself that you're gonna be, and that's what he wants. So that kind of does make sense. But where was I even going with that? Meditation, being in tune with myself. Oh yeah, so like for 2 years I lost all of that, and I'm back, and it feels so good, like so good. I've never felt so strong and powerful in my life, genuinely. So that feels really good, to be really just truly back in my energy. Because you can fake it, and I feel like maybe I was faking it for a bit. That's very easy to do. But to truly feel it and to truly be at peace is very rare, and I just feel like I'm finding my peace so much more now. So again, that's another win. Lots of wins, no negatives are in this video, which I love, because I feel like sometimes I've just in my videos, I've always had something going on, which is fine. Like, not every season of your life is going to be super positive. I know. Let's talk about my Whole Foods journey, because that's something that's new in my life. What should I go for first? Mango. Also, I would never eat fruit in the morning. Because I'm eating so clean now, fruit literally tastes like sweets to me. And when I do eat fruit, I can feel like the energy spike that I get from it. However, I didn't know this. When you're in social settings, and for me, when I'm in social settings, I get drained. Doesn't matter who I'm around, I get drained. Even if I'm really happy and excited, it's still taking energy out of me. And when you're in that type of setting and your body is trying to use its energy to like let yourself be your own personality in that room, it uses glucose from the brain, because obviously you're entertaining conversations and you're thinking and you're processing, so it's a lot of brain power. Brain power needs glucose. To get glucose, you need to eat carbohydrates for a slow release. But if you feel yourself like slacking's not the right word, dipping in energy, then you should just have some sugar. Obviously artificial sugar is going to just send you up the wall, but fruit is like a really good thing to have, which I know isn't always available at these types of events. But I guess if there's like cocktails available and it's like sugary fruity cocktails, that would actually genuinely like help. And I know it's alcohol, even if you got like a mocktail, that would genuinely help. I've always known that I wanted my ultimate diet to be super clean, super fresh. I've always known that I wanted to have a chef cook my meals for me and meal prep me things that I can take out and about with me, so that I'm not picking up food out and about that's like just not good for you. Because my lifestyle leads me to snack a lot, like pick up light bites, not feel super full. I've never liked the feeling of being super full, and that would just lead me to snacking on light things like popcorn, crackers. Those were the things that I used to eat. And I always knew that one day, like, the dream would be to have a chef just cook me like really clean, fresh meals. And like meals that don't necessarily look like meals. It's like, so this is on your plate because this is on your plate because this. And like every week or every day I'll have like an analysis on how I'm feeling, or it'll be like to do with around my period, with when I need more iron or more this, that and the other, like hormones, or if I'm trying to have a baby, or like whatever it is in my life. I've always wanted my diet to be like super personalised to it. It's like, okay, how are you feeling today? You need to eat this, right? Eating like purely for nutrients. Now that in my life right now is not possible, because number one, I live in the UK where the food is just, I mean, there's worse places to eat, but the food is just really not it. And also, yes, I could shop around and go to this place, that place, this place, that place, like getting the best of the best from all these different organic farm shops and food markets and whatever, but I do not have the time for that. And I also don't have somebody to go do it for me. So it was just, and it's just never something I've bothered about, like doing this early in my life anyway. It's just, it was always just like a long-term vision. But then I had this steak in Paris, and I have never had steak before, because I don't like the concept of just eating a slab of meat. If I'm having meat, it's because I want it in a burger, I want nuggets. I don't want it to look like a piece of animal, if that makes sense. So it's just never ever ever appealed to me. And I just braved it. I was feeling beef that day anyway, and that was the only beef on the menu. I knew I was going to be in safe hands at Giraffe, so I knew that I was going to be having a good steak, because Paris really does have really good food. So I got the steak and I loved it. And I remember afterwards thinking, I cannot just let this be a one-time thing. I want to eat this more often. So I started thinking, how can I incorporate this into my diet at home? And now I have started to just eat like protein, so like chicken, beef, fish, and then I'll have vegetables. Like I'm eating a lot of butternut squash, then I'll have rice, then I'll have fruit, and I can't even remember the last time I had like a bag of crisps. If something isn't going to be, if something's not a whole food, I'm not eating it. And there is an exception to that, because once a day I do have a Raffaello, which is like a little coconut truffle, because I've been obsessed with coconut recently on like a spiritual level. Because at first I thought it was just a craving, and then I was like, oh my god, like this is like a really random craving, where's this come from? That was a spiritual level craving. It was to the point I didn't just want to eat it, I wanted coconut on my body, I wanted coconut, I've got toothpaste, I wanted to use conditioner, I wanted scent, I wanted to use coconut in my meals. I now have coconut milk, not oat. Like coconut has really taken over my life. And the last time that actually happened to me was when I got COVID and I became obsessed with lemons, and then I realised lemons were really cleansing fruits, so that's why I was craving it so much. And I was like, what could this possibly be? So I looked into why I was craving coconut so much, and it basically said I was just really coming into like my divine feminine energy, but I'm still protected, and it's all linked to like how a coconut is, because it's got a hard shell, and that's just a whole other thing that I could probably talk about all video, so I'm not going to bore you with the coconut chat. I made a whole Pinterest board. It's just this whole thing. So that's my little update with my health. I'm in really good health. I'm also good with, because I feel like people always forget to talk about their mental health, and that's almost more important, genuinely. Physically I'm great. Mentally I'm also great. I am at fashion school for a reason, because I want to launch my brand. However, there are so many other things I want to do in my life. So many, like I'm not even going to sit here and list them all. There are so many. I want to be everything that I want to be. One of them being an actress, which is not something that I have been focusing on right now, because my mind is elsewhere. Like I'm working on this other part of my life. However, because it always has been up here, I guess I manifested an opportunity for myself. I had the opportunity to, I can't even speak about it because I've signed an NDA, but what I can say is that I'm coming to a screen near you. Joking. Well, I'm not joking. So I am beginning my career in acting a lot sooner than I thought I would be. So that's like a really fun thing, and I think sometimes I can get quite serious about my fashion work, that this is a really nice escape for me, and usually that's what a hobby is for, and I get that it is a career, but I'm just seeing it as fun. Like, so much fun. I've got filming next week and I'm so excited. I'm going to be literally a sponge, and I'm just going to absorb all this information, because I don't just want to be an actress. I would really like to write films and TV shows, and not necessarily produce them but direct them. And leading on to another career milestone is I have been working with a brand. They asked me to do some designs for them. So I designed 2 garments. I did like a football varsity top, and then I also did a shirt, like a men's shirt. So I sat on my iPad drawing it up. I didn't just like pluck it out the sky of nowhere. I obviously did like the inspo. I got the concept from them. I needed to really understand who they were and what their brand was and their audience and everything. Then I drew it up, sent over my designs. Then I also had to provide a tech pack, which is how clothes actually get manufactured, and that information I obviously will know from my course that I've been doing. So it's just really good to be like using my degree to actually do work now instead of it all being theoretical. And the other day, like, I sent off my stuff. I was like, let me know if there's any information manufacturers need from me, blah blah blah. And that was that. I didn't hear from them. And then literally the other night, it was just like a random Sunday, and I got this notification for a commission contract, and I was like, this is weird, because I thought I'd already signed the contract. And then once I reviewed it, I saw that my designs had gone in to get manufactured, and they are now available on the website to buy. And seeing people wearing my clothes was just such a surreal moment for me. I genuinely didn't think that would be happening until I was making my own clothes, like for my own brand. And I've always wanted to do work with other designers in terms of like a collab, or maybe a creative director collection or whatever, but I never thought that I would actually want to get into freelance designing and just design for another brand, really. And I kind of just fell into it, and that was just such a nice moment for me to see my work out in the world. Not digitally, because I have work out in the world digitally, like technically this is a piece of work that I'm creating right now, but yeah, to see clothes like on actual people and being worn was just a really nice moment for me. As soon as I start doing more like autumny content, I'm gonna buy it myself, and then I'm gonna shoot some content in it. And it's just gonna be so weird, like putting on a piece of clothing that I can hold up my iPad and see the original design that I can like scribble out, and then I'm going to be able to see my actual top. And this is just why I'm so excited for the early stages of my career, because I've not gone down one route and specialised in one area of fashion. I can do whatever I want in the industry. If I want to go style somebody for a red carpet one day, I can do that. If I want to go do some accounting work for another company, I can do that. If I want to step into a store and redo the whole VM, I can do that. I can literally do anything, not just because I think I know how to do it or because it's just a bit of fun. Like, I will be essentially qualified to give my professional opinions and to be able to just step out of this studying stage and just like go have fun with it and go around the world and just go do all of the things that I've been studying for ages. It's just going to be so fun. Like, I was actually saying to my auntie the other day, because she was like, so what are you going to do now? And I was like, I'm just going to go and have fun. And by fun, I don't mean go and like get drunk every weekend. I mean go and work with different people and just take any opportunity that I can get and just have fun with it. Like, and I guess that is what life is about, but I've just not been able to do any of that because I've had my head down in books since I was 4. I've been at school my whole life. I am nearly 21 and I have been at school my whole life. There's people my age that have been out of school years. And obviously for most people who are like 30, 40, 50, the majority of their life hasn't been in school because they've been out of school long enough. I have not been. So to see a lot of people go out and like start living their life whilst I'm still locked in sometimes did get to me, but I think now the season of me being able to go out and just enjoy all of the work that I've done is approaching. It's not feeling as heavy anymore because I know that very soon I'm just going to be essentially never working as hard as I have been, because no amount of work will ever equate to some of the things and projects that I've had to do at my fashion schools. And a lot of it is my own pressure that I've done. Sometimes I don't choose to do the easy route. I remember when I did my FMP in year 1, which was Aura, I was basically told that I couldn't do it because it was too much work, and I was essentially giving myself like 2 projects in one. This is too much, da 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 da. And I remember I had to go away and like think of a different idea. And I just came back with the exact same idea and was like, this is what I really want to do. And I want to work hard, like, I want to do it. And let me tell you, blood, sweat and tears went into that project. For me and Megan, I vividly remember it. Blood, sweat and tears. But Megan has now, wait, what was her FMP? I feel like she did a brand, but I feel like she went down the marketing route. And now Megan is doing really well in marketing. And I went down the business owner route, Aura, and now Aura is, I can't say flourishing, but it kind of is. It's just not launched yet. So I really don't regret like putting in those hours, because little 16-year-old me, I think she knew what she was doing. Actually, I think she just had a, I just had a vision. So yeah, that was a really nice moment for me. Moving on to another big life change that I've had. Some of you may know that I was in a relationship and I am no longer in a relationship other than with myself. It was a extremely hard decision that I tried to make for a while and I couldn't, and I think a lot of girls and women in relationships don't make the decision because they have kids involved, or they have houses involved, or money involved, or there's always something that's like tying them to somebody and they don't want to like rock their whole life and put everything out of place for this like one relationship, so they kind of make it work. And I completely get that, and I did that myself for a very long time. And then I just knew I needed to find the strength to leave the relationship, because it got to the point where I was really losing who I was. And it wasn't an easy decision. It wasn't a decision I even wanted to make as I was saying the words out loud. And it wasn't a decision that I wanted to make for probably a good week or 2 after I made it as well. But I had to, because things happened, life happened, and I literally just had to. I was sort of led to make the decision based off of things that happened, and I have honestly never felt so much, like I said, so much more happier and in tune with who I am. I'm not stressing 24/7 about things. I'm not worried about things. I'm not getting drained over things. I'm just focusing on me and my life and my bubble. I'm always living in the world of Freya anyway, and I felt like I was starting to not live in the world of Freya anymore, and I'm fully back living in the world of Freya. And Freyaland is great. It's a great place to be. So many people always say to me, I wish I could just come around with you for like a week and see what your life is like. Yeah, I could definitely sit and film a whole other video just talking about the things that I've learned and how I've been processing things. And I feel like one day I will definitely talk about things from my perspective and my experience, because it has been such a huge life experience for me. It's something that I've had to go through at quite a young age, and I also recognised that I needed to go through it to learn some of the life lessons that my soul has been destined to learn on this earth, and I had to learn those through what happened. And sometimes things are lessons, and to have your person turned into a lesson is like soul destroying, but it's also soul awakening, and I needed that awakening. And it was one of the best decisions I've made, one of the hardest decisions I've made. I feel like I may definitely talk about things one day about what happened, simply from like a mindset and a self-exploration point of view, and an educational point of view, and a let me help other people going through this point of view. whether it's through a YouTube video or a book or whatever it is that I decide. And if I decide to never talk about it, then that's also fine. I'm just gonna, if that day comes where I want to express how I've gone through this season in my life, then I will. And if I never ever want to speak about it, that's fine. But maybe it will be a conversation for my own daughters and sons. Maybe it will be a conversation for any of my friends one day. I actually hope not. I actually hope nobody has to go through what I did. So yeah, that's been quite a major shift that has been going on, and that was probably my main focus up until Paris, and even after Paris. And then it hasn't been until like these last few weeks that I've just really stepped back into my energy. And I wasn't really planning on doing that. Even if I wasn't fully there yet by the time I went back to LCF, I knew it would be fine. But something about me is no matter what any situation I'm in, I'm able to pick myself up and move through it. And it's not come from a place of like distracting or pushing things to the side. It's come from a place of sitting and thinking and like facing it, like just facing all of the emotions that I needed to feel, which has been like so incredibly hard. But I feel like I'm getting to the other side of it. And everyone chooses to heal through things differently. I choose to heal through things there and then, which can sometimes almost be harder because everything's so much more raw. Like memories and situations are so much more recent, so when you're thinking about them, you're thinking about way more details because it's happened so much more recently. Whereas when you think about things in the future, your brain actually does forget how you felt in moments, and your brain does forget memories that happens and little details. So like it's almost easier to heal that way, but then you don't fully heal that way unless you do the shadow work. The best way I actually heal, because I feel like this might help people, is through shadow work, which is basically the concept of removing the energetical weight from a memory without forgetting it. Because if we all just could put ourselves into this machine and then forget all the bad memories that's happened in our lives, we would still be carrying around the weight of those memories because of the energy attached to it. Everything is energy. Thoughts are energy, words are energy, everything. So to do the shadow work, oh, I've just forgot like a crucial step. My bronzer. So shadow work is when you are able to heal from the memory so that you get to a point where you can think about it without feeling all the hurt that you did in that moment, because the energy is still attached to it. You detach the memory from the feeling, and the memory's here, the feeling's here, this is still here, but this you get rid of. And you get rid of that through healing. And by healing I mean you can either go to somebody and get them to like release the energy from you and shake it out physically and do whatever you need to do, or you can do what I do, which is meditate. So I'll get to a point of like a deep meditation, and then I will think about something that happened to me that made me upset or made me angry, and all of the energy will start coming out from it. And it might come out in many different ways. You might hear something horrible, you might see a face, like a horrible face. I've seen some crazy things in my meditations, and it will come out in different ways, and then you sit with that energy and then you just like discard it, whether you visualize yourself putting it away or washing it away with water, like however you want to visualize it is how the energy will release. And when you start doing that, even when you go to sleep, it will release from you as well naturally. Like if you go to bed after, it will all release from you. And then it means, and this is the way that I describe it to people, it's like picturing a cabinet full of drawers. Every single drawer has a label, and on the label is the label of what happened. So whether it's, oh, when that happened to me, when this happened to me, when that got done to me, like whatever it is, on these drawers is the label of what happened. And what happens in your brain is when you think about it, what you're doing technically is taking that drawer and opening it. And shadow work is being able to open the drawer without all of that energy now overflowing and coming out. Because if you think about a memory and it makes you upset, you're still carrying the weight of that memory. You're still carrying the energy. So shadow work allows you to open the drawer and nothing's in there, nothing's coming out. You can just think about it and then shut it again. And I think for a lot of people, they do carry a lot of energetical weight around with them, and it all just turns into this big bundle of trauma. And that's what I really love about being spiritual. It means that you get to clear your energy, because saging won't do it. Saging's not enough. Saging's not on a deep enough level for you to heal from the things. So I've been doing shadow work, but in order for me to do my shadow work, I've had to get back into my meditation, which I've not done for years. But the first one I did, I shot myself, because I was able to meditate similar to how I used to, not as deep. But then something I did the other day for the first time ever is actually connect with somebody through my meditation. You can connect with people's higher selves, which are people that are alive on the earth, and then you can connect with people that don't live on the earth anymore because they're in a different realm, because they've like passed through their physical body, i.e. they've passed away. And I've never in my life done it. Sometimes I've had things happen to me where I felt like someone's trying to connect to me, but I've never known how to connect to them. So then I've always gone to like a psychic medium and got them to tell me what the message was. But I just decided to try and do it for myself, and I was able to do it, and I was actually so proud of myself, because I've never been able to connect with anyone. Because it's not something you can really just go to school for. It's something you just have to learn on your own, and you either have it or you don't. And yeah, I connected with someone, I asked them some questions, and it's funny because it's someone that I've actually never met before, but now I've connected with them spiritually. So that was a good, enlightening experience. I wasn't even going to talk about that in this video actually. Yeah, I guess that's a spiritual milestone, because now I know what I'm doing, I can do it a lot more. And I want to be able, I've always said like I want to be able to do it for other people. I want someone to come to me and be like, I want to speak to so and so, can you help me? But it would never be something I promote as like a commercial career path. It would always just be like a, if you know, you know. But yeah, I am just so excited for autumn. I cannot even tell you. Like, I'm excited for autumn, and I can't even begin to explain how excited I am for Christmas. But I'm not thinking about that too soon, because then I'll start getting upset that it's actually not as soon as I think it is. Whereas autumn genuinely is just around the corner. But I'm just so excited for pumpkin pie, for Uggs, for cinnamon. I'm not a spooky, scary Halloween girl. I just like autumn. And who knows, actually, maybe this year I will do something for Halloween. I feel like if I lived in New York, I would 1000% go to like a restaurant. I just know, I don't even need to look into it, I just know there's restaurants over there that do Halloween really big and play music, and it turns into like a Halloween party. That is what I would love. Whereas in London, going to a club and just dressing up really, really, really isn't my vibe. So maybe I'll go to New York for Halloween this year. Because I actually do need to go to New York for a business trip for this last year of my degree anyway. So I've been thinking about when I want to go. Like, do I go this side of the year in autumn? Because autumn in New York in autumn, I know, is just a dream. Like, one of the best places on earth to be for autumn and Halloween. But then I love it at Christmas, but then I'm celebrating my birthday, and I'm going big for my birthday this year. Like, I deserve the world, the absolute world. I do every year, but this year especially, the world. So I'm going big for my birthday, and I've always sort of had in my head what I was doing for my 21st anyway. So I'm so excited for that. And then I thought, well, then do I go to New York in spring? I don't want to leave it too late and go in summer. So that's for me to figure out. These are the lashes that I have got. I've always wanted to try tatty lashes. They're side lashes because I want a cat eye. So I'm going to go check my makeup in another mirror before I set it in place. Okay, let's set this in place. Okay. I think I am going to apply mascara and then apply the lashes. Right, I'm making these lashes like flexible. I just realised I was going to do a TikTok and I forgot to do the transition. Let me just do it now because I'll still look really different in a minute. I can't believe that just came to me. I was in bed last night and I'm just looking back at these drafts and I just look absolutely crazy because I was in a face mask, in my pyjamas, practicing the transition for today. But then I also did it. You know when you take a picture and then you see what sound it gives you? I looked crazy in this face mask and I did it, and this is the sound.
You know, I've realized that I'm probably just perfect and it's everybody else around me that's got issues.
And I can't even put that picture of me on YouTube, but if you saw it, it just makes the whole thing so much funnier. Anyway, right. And I've wanted to do this transition for like so long. I've always found when I'm doing TikToks or pictures or whatever, it's always the first one that looks the best. Because it's just the most natural. I did start growing my natural lashes with serum and oh my god, they had never looked better. Right, that's it placed. What I don't want is my lashes to droop down. We want a cat eye. So I need to very strategically place it, and it actually does already flick up because that's what they're meant for. And I don't like it when it looks like you're wearing lashes. So this is what I need to try to figure out. I've just been asked if I'm willing to cut my hair to shoulder length for a role. Absolutely not. Right. And I just can't see what I'm doing. I genuinely can't see. It's a good job I've got an hour to do this. Also, what the hell is that noise? Do you know what I mean? I cannot see. How do people do this? I think that should look quite good. I cannot believe I've just been asked to cut my hair. I was just thinking, do I? No, I'm not. Even if I was offered £1 million, I am absolutely not cutting my hair. I just don't know if I like it. Like, I don't want it to look like I'm wearing lashes. And they look really nice from the side. What this side? Also, I've not blended out any of this yet. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to do the other eye. I think... Can we agree this eye looks better than that eye? Or do you think... I feel like this eye's going to go better because the mascara already looks better on that eye. I feel like I need to redo that eye. Right, I'm going to do this eye. A girl on TikTok said to do a layer, let it dry and then do another layer. So this is what we're doing. I keep getting stuck to this. Okay, this eye went so much better. It's literally seamless. There's a little gap. So I need to add like mascara or another individual lash, but that looks so much better. I can't get over how seamless that is. Like you literally can't even tell I'm wearing strip lashes. It looks so good. I'm obsessed. Okay. Kind of want to get like brown lashes, I think. I'm also excited to have a drink. I've not had a drink well, I had a glass of wine in Paris, that's all I've had. Actually I had 2 glasses of wine in Paris. I am crazy. I had a glass of wine on the first night when we went for dinner and a glass on the second day. I was just deep in the fact how I feel like one day I'm gonna look back at like the whole aesthetic that I am right now and be like, wow, that was an era, like I would never wear that now or have my makeup like that now or whatever. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but I just, right, I need to concentrate. Oh my god. Perfect. Literally couldn't get any more perfect if I tried. I do think lashes are definitely going to be a nighttime thing for me. Not a daytime thing. They're a bit much for the daytime, for me personally. But for the evening, I can get on board with this. Okay, I feel like these lashes were just made for my eye shape. And breathe. I don't know how lips just really bring makeup together. Oh, it made me jump. Oh god, I don't know why I have these lashes. I need to just put my outfit on and I'll see. It's because it's like broad daylight, it's going to be like full sunlight. You know, it's like a bit much. Like, I'm really going full on evening glam here. Well, it's not even like it gets dark at 4. It started late. Although it is getting darker a lot earlier. And for those of you that love the summer and want an endless summer, you cannot deny that it's getting dark earlier. Let's lock everything in place with my one size. Okay, I am in. Oh my god, who's calling me? Okay, that light doesn't want to play, that's fine. I'm in my dress. This is actually the dress I wore on my birthday. And I need to be really quick because the car is about to pull up outside and I'm not ready. I don't know how I gave myself like 4 hours and I still could do like another half hour. Whoops, just dropped my crystals. Oh my god, I just found 10 cents on the floor, that's so weird. Right, taking my glasses, phone, lip combo. Need to finish that TikTok. That will do. Guys, I have to go. It was so nice talking to you. I feel like I'm going to be back very soon. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. I hope you're all well. I hope you take something positive from this video. I'm going to go have a great day celebrating love and I need to go because I'm going to get shouted at. So, goodbye. Love you.